Hey everybody, Cliff Higgins here. This is a VR from Mike at Briar Blues in collaboration with Phil Rivara. This is outstanding, guys. I really appreciate what you're doing here. Mike has asked the question, what is our favorite matches 860 story? Now, when I first heard Mike ask that, I thought, more than likely the boat anchor, the rubber couch, or the duck on the elevator are going to be way up there. They're probably going to take the cake as far as response from people. But I have one that is different from all three of those, and Mel Harris is going to love this. Match's video that the story came from is entitled Summer in the 60s. He talks about when he was a little boy about 6 years old, how the garbage truck would come through town, and he describes being a 6-year-old little boy on the front lawn watching the garbage man jump off the garbage truck and go over to this area where they had a garbage can in the ground with a flip-top lid. You could push a foot pedal and it would open. And he describes how this guy takes their trash can out of that hole in the ground and hoists it up on his shoulder, and all this nasty garbage sludge and crud is running down the guy's back, and he has on this old t-shirt, and he carries it over to the truck and dumps it in, bangs the can around, throws it down. And he talks about how cool that looked to a little 6-year-old boy. That really hit home with me, because when I was a little boy, up until I was 5 years old, we lived in a small town in Arkansas. We lived inside town. At 5 years old, my parents moved out into the country, built a house, and I've been a country boy ever since. I live out in the country now. But up until I was 5, I lived in a small town. And one of my favorite things to ever see was when the garbage truck would come through town, and I would see this guy standing on a platform on the back of that truck holding on to a metal handle and just kind of hanging on there and riding that truck, and it would stop. He'd jump off, grab our garbage can, throw all the rubbish in the back of the truck, and just as Match has described, they would pull this lever and this hydraulic system would come down and compact the trash. And then he'd jump back on the side of that truck and hang on to the handle and go riding on down the road. And to me, as a little boy seeing that, that's what I wanted to do when I grew up. I wanted to be the sanitation worker hanging onto the side of that truck, riding down the road, right out in the open, jumping on and off, dumping people's rubbish in the back of that truck. I thought that was the coolest job in the world. So for me, that is the best Matches story, because it struck so close to home, and everybody knows John Harden could tell a story unlike anybody else. When I heard him tell this, it was like I was standing out in the yard holding little Johnny's hand, watching all this happen. It's just amazing to hear him tell something like that. So Mike, Phil, I appreciate what you guys are doing. Outstanding question. Good luck to everybody, and I look forward to seeing how this goes. God bless.